Hey, just a quick shot. I wanted to show you a part that was, scaring me a little bit. Just that not everything goes perfect all the time. Working on the front passenger fender here, and the problem is that the end cap wasn't lining up right all along here. The end cap itself was bumping up a little bit. So I actually hammered with a dolly on the back to work the metal, but I had really pushed that to the extent that it was. And it looks like the end cap that is on there was a different end cap from a different car. You know, let's take a look. This end cap over here looks like it was originally gold, and my car was never gold, it was grabber blue. So I'm thinking maybe a fender bender, maybe a bump, maybe a replacement of some sort, and we got ourselves an end cap that came from another car, which means that's why it doesn't fit exactly right. See, this is my original color here, this blue. So after hammering and trying to fit it, we're doing the panel beating here. I had already found a lot of filler here and here. You can see it. So I started to build it up, and it's just it's looking a little rough. I got to put another skim here. Another skim here. I got to fill in these little pits, and then I also have to skim it here all the way, and then somehow, just over time and effort and just not giving up, I'm gonna work this whole area until it's clean. This is now high enough to line up with the other panel. So if you look here, it's about a millimeter, maybe 2 millimeters over here from the metal. So it's not a lot, but it's filler. I mean, it's not exactly desirable, but the end finished product will be solid. I just wanted to show you a shot of the work in progress about how it's not looking so pretty right now. Hey guys, this is Joe B. I've got another little segment on the body panel. I apologize for the length of this video, but there's a lot that's going on with the body filler. I had laid some here, and I hung up the DA, and I used a 60 grit on a block, just the length of my hand. And I've got a little low spot right here, and we got a little low spot right here, but I had worked the whole piece here and finally got that all ship shape. And I also noticed that when I was pulling off the old primer, this entire line is built with filler. So I'm probably going to have to put a slight bit of skim right here and rebuild that line using tape on one side, work it, and then tape the other side and work it to get that line correct. I also had put a little bit of filler here and worked that with the block and the 60 grit. I got a little bit of a low spot right here, so I'm going to have to fill right here. And, there's a disclaimer right now. Should you put this much filler on a panel? Probably not. Probably not. Nobody really works this much filler, but I did have to pay the truck freight and the cost for a replacement fender, which is, I don't know, somewhere between $150 and $250, or work the filler. And even if getting a new fender, a repro, then you'd have to fit it. So I'm trying the filler right now to see how far I can go. This one I also hit with the 60, and I'm shaping it up really well. As you can see, the line here is now matching. So either way, I'd probably have to still work it, because this, from the gold, you can see from the gold, was not an original piece to this car. That's right, man. We're still working the filler here, so I'm going to lay some more filler here, 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 here. A little bit of filler up here, and probably a little bit right here, and then work it again with the 60, make sure it lines up right, and then we'll reevaluate. This is Joe B. I'll see you soon. Alright, this is the last look we're going to have at it before primer. We're good here, and this has been good. Everything's fine all throughout there. I finished the extra little skim of filler that I was putting on here. It's pretty straight. There's a little, metal reveal right here, so we're going to use a DTM epoxy. Right here, I also put a little bit more. The scratches are kind of heavy, but we are using a high build primer, so those should fill just fine. This is the part that I guess, for all intents and purposes, I'm most proud of. If I had to choose, I wouldn't have gone this thick with the filler. We're about 1 millimeter to 1.5 millimeters thick on the filler in order to raise it up so it'll line up with the end cap. but if I had to choose, I would not have gone this high with it. This right here is really just so that it'll touch and connect and hold. This is not all filler, this is just on the outside. And over here, it's clean here too. So next is the primer. We'll do some direct to metal high build, and then we'll come back.